You should interrupt me. They're like, Lou, you jerk, you idiot. You're not streaming. Okay, now I'm streaming. All right. So, oh, and I'm streaming the wrong window. There. All right. So it is currently. Where's my calendar? It's currently the 7th of fall at 2 p.m. Wait, why is this? This calendar doesn't have a date on it. Weird. One moment.
Mine says the 7th of fall, 2 p.m.
Yep.
No, I mean the actual year. Did I not put the year on this when I imported it? All right, let me go grab the year because this should have the year as well. Which I don't remember off the top of my head, so I have to look in my other campaign. I think it's 1157, but I want to make sure of that. But yeah, the group was in the plains of the area where they believe the Iron Tide might be camped out. Yeah, it's 1157 13th cycle. That makes sense. So let me copy that over. Okay, there we go. So, you've entered this new area. And that's kind of where we left off. I think someone had used their familiar to kind of scout, right?
Yeah, that would have been Thal.
Yeah, Thal.
Yeah. So for ease, I might just say that Thal left the group back in town because, yeah, just having him in the background as an NPC at this point, we would just be waiting for a point for him to leave anyway. So since the group just left last game, I might say he left the group while you all were back in town.
Sounds good.
Oh, good.
Maybe Alduin murdered him too in his rampage.
That would be cool, but it's kind of late to, you know, fiat that in.
Retcon.
So, yeah, it's a little late for a retcon of that magnitude. One thing that was actually working well in my other games was introducing sidekick characters for when people have to miss. We don't have to do that now, but if someone has a backstory character they might want to bring in, I might be able to bring them in as a sidekick with the group that we can have in the background, and we could bring out if someone has to miss.
Cool.
So
That's cool.
just something to keep in mind. But yeah, so you all, I think, just set up a camp, right? You had just reached this new area. Yeah, so there is a campsite here. What do you want to do? As I said, it's about, what did I say it was? 7 or 2 p.m. on the 7th of fall. So it's about early afternoon or so.
You
Well,
said we
should
can
we
see these.
scout?
Yeah, so there were the towers to the north,
Uh-huh.
the mountains, and a hilly area. You also notice a path of grass that's kind of worn down from things patrolling over it.
Yeah.
Oh, and for the new players, just in case, you can turn down the music from the options if it's too loud. I know it's kind of loud by default.
Dude, it's jamming. It's good music. Crank it up.
Well,
It
it's Kevin
is
MacLeod
very-
free music, but yeah. So yeah, what do you all want to do?
Well, we lost our other scout with the familiar, so I think it's literally just me and Clank who has the best stealth now.
I imagine Eldwin's not bad.
Wait, what?
Oh, just kidding. Apparently, Eldwin's not strong at scouting. But yeah, do we want to scout or should we wait until nightfall?
I think Nightfall gives us best cover as well as best scouting ability.
But we get far less information from going out during nightfall.
True, but if we get caught in the daylight, it gives us a harder chance of escaping.
How are your resources?
Like, what do you mean?
We've traveled. How are your resources? My magic energy is full, so I feel like I can go out and survive a few fights.
Well, I think you're all at full because you just got here.
Yeah, we took a
Should we try to possibly send a message to the leader and see if we can do this without having to fight everybody?
I still think that is not a great option.
Well, if worst comes to worst, we can, fight them. But I would like to try to do this peacefully if we can.
If we do try to send out a message, I think that we need to do it in
maybe
two
we
groups.
capture some. I imagine there's a marauding band of these people. Maybe we capture some of them and send them back.
Ophelia Shock says, do you really think there can be peace made with these Iron Tide? They've already killed many of our people, or many of the Chaur citizens in their attacks.
I really do, and I think that might be the quickest resolution to peace without more people having to die for needless reasons.
They may be on the hunt for us, too.
He says, well, if we try to get in touch with them and they're not inclined to speak, we give away our element of surprise. I think it's best if we at least gather some more information before we make our presence known. That's just my opinion, though.
I'm okay with that as long as we don't, engage and have to kill anybody. Maybe we can just do some scouting and reconnaissance.
Huh?
He says
there are orcs and hobgoblins. I feel like they might deserve to die.
The other one just gently nods in agreement to Ophelia.
Well, how do we wish to scout this place? As a group, or do we try to send someone in secret? We're obviously more noticeable with all of us.
I'm not very sneaky, guys. I don't know.
I think me and Clank should go.
Cool.
Who's that?
I think Gale and Clank. Unless someone else has a decent ability to stealth. Because I think right now I have the best.
Is Clank stealthy? Doesn't he have medium armor?
Guys, I have the silence spell. I just remembered.
That could be good.
That is good for us, but I still think it should only be 2 people.
I know splitting party.
Well, if we all go, we have a higher chance of being caught.
Can I move silence with me, or is it just one spot?
I believe silence is a point. I don't think it moves. So once you cast it, it stays. There are nature spells that make groups more quiet. I don't think... Well, I don't know... does anyone have nature knowledge?
I know what spell you're talking about, but...
Yeah, I don't think anyone has it.
No.
So yeah, what do you want to do?
Well, it sounds like me and Gale are scouting.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like splitting the party, but
if we all go, we're all gonna be spotted.
Well, just make sure you're not spotted, as with just the 2 of you, you'd be overrun in a fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. So you 2 are going out to look around a bit?
Yep.
Alright, so where are you trying to go?
Yeah.
What do you think
Where do you want to go?
I feel
I don't like planes. I feel like we should. Well, yeah. I feel like very open and exposed here. But north, east, or west?
if we go dead north, we'll be closer to the right tower. How how tall are those towers?
You believe they are probably about 20 to 30 feet in height, you would guess? They're kind of far away from here, so it's hard to say for sure.
Can we assume
several miles, in fact.
Oh, so we probably won't even see them.
Well, they're up on hills, but yeah, they're pretty far. I don't know how far 8,000 feet is. I think that's pretty far away.
It's a mile because a mile is 5,250 feet or around there, so it's a little over a mile.
Yeah, but they are up on hills, so they're pretty easy to spot.
Yeah, go in the middle towards the mountains.
I think our best bet is go through the middle.
It's actually 5,280.
It's close. I was 20 off, 30 off. Yeah, I think going up the middle is our best bet and trying to stay in the cover of the mountains.
I say we stay off the trail to get there.
Yep.
What should the rest of us do while you guys go?
Shock as well. I'm still setting up camp if you want to help me with that. Is Shock the only NPC with you?
I believe so. We left Melody back there.
Okay.
You would be now. Let's see.
So let me add him to your NPC allies folder. Yeah, so he said you all can help me get things set up while they're gone.
All right. Before we go, I'm going to take my mutagen of clarity.
Yeah.
Which gives me a +3 to my dex score. However, I have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws.
Okay. So I'm going to make another party token because I assume they're going to tell you all what they see while they're gone anyway, but you all should be able to see through this token.
And Clank's going to use a sheet of paper to map it out.
Oh, well, this is... I guess you could map it anyway. I was going to say this is open land, but... so as you are going, a group of orcs comes into your view from the east, moving along this road. There are 6 of them. I assume you're trying to not be seen?
Yep.
Yes.
Give me stealth checks.
So I get to roll at advantage because of my infiltrator model. Dampening field.
Okay. That's probably good you had that.
Yeah.
That's an 18. Fuck you.
Alright. So, luckily, Clank is sort of covering for you, as you're not doing a very good job, but they're far enough away that you two can help each other hide. The orcs don't see you, and they continue patrolling out of your view down this way. So the group moves off further than you can see into the grasslands to the west.
Alright.
What do you want to do?
What time was this orc patrol?
The current time is probably about 2:10.
Cool. Well,
Probably that route.
Yeah, I can move the token, so you're gonna go north.
We're gonna try to
that
enter
way?
that area.
Yeah. About right there.
All right. So, you move up into the hilly areas. When you get up here, you would notice that it seems like there are a group of ogres nearby. Kind of in this area. Hang on, they're not that big.
Big chunky ogres.
You didn't notice them before because they were kind of hidden by the hills. Give me another stealth roll.
Alright. I'm going to use an inspiration on this one because this is detrimental.
Okay.
Good thing I did.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so luckily you're still pretty far away from them, and the two of you are covering for each other, so they have not seen you yet. Where are you going?
What are we trying to do? Are we scouting? Are we looking for a place? We just watching?
I think we need to scout, try to see as far up as we can. Get as much information as we can.
So there are mountainous areas ahead, which take a lot longer to get through and require athletics to traverse, because you'd be climbing. It looks like there is a way around, like a valley over here, where the hills kind of bypass the mountains a bit. So that's another possible direction. And of course, though that would take you kind of close to the towers, which would put you in danger of being spotted.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
Yeah. What you thinking?
I still think we have to brave it.
We have a few options. I think if we are looking for a new place to set up outside of the plains, we should go into the mountains. Otherwise, I am curious. I don't know if we'll get more information by going into the mountains. It's a lot of work versus just sitting here watching.
We would have
following a trail.
We would have a very high vantage point if we're up on the mountains, which would allow us to see very far and potentially see either moving patrols or the base itself. So I feel it's a necessary risk.
Cool.
What are your passive perceptions, just out of curiosity?
10.
14.
Okay. Yep. All right. So what do you want to do?
We're going up into the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time do you think we should start heading back?
Night gives us a better chance at not being spotted.
Okay, I can't see those, so you'll have to help.
I'll guide you.
So as you're traveling through the hills, you're kind of keeping an eye on the area around you. You're passing by some trees when you hear a voice say, "You there." You turn.
Gale stops dead in his tracks.
You turn and notice a figure behind one of the trees, mostly in cover, but he has an arrow knocked and his bow is aimed at the two of you. He says, "I don't see many like you in this area. What are you doing here?" Carefully watching you as he speaks. What do you look like, Alwyn?
Same as picture below. Elf, almond skin, dark, bright blue hair.
Any noticeable markings, religious symbols, or anything that they might see on you that would tell them more about you?
Everything is covered.
Okay. So yeah, he's pretty covered up, has a bit of a mask on, looks kind of nervously around as he watches you and kind of looks around to see if there looks like he might be looking for other orcs or hobgoblins or ogres in the area.
I'll put my hand up and say, we're new to the area. We're just looking for food.
You're just looking for food this far out?
Well,
as you can tell, there's a lot of hostility in the area. So we're just trying to make our way through as fast as we can, and as unnoticeably as we can.
What brings you out here?
Oh, we're scouting. These ogres, orcs, and such have been causing problems in the town, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on and how we can stop it.
So I'll say just a little bit of info here, Alwyn. My idea was that you have Elric in a campsite nearby, and you were sort of, after getting everything settled, you were kind of scouting the surrounding area. You've been kind of looking around for the last few days, looking for a good way to go further north without being noticed by the towers or the patrols that are in this area. Because you think that the entrance to their base is somewhere up north, which is where you're going because of the reasons we discussed.
Yep.
So, what do you want to do?
It looks like you're after the same thing I am at this point. I need to clear some of this out. Are you heading further north, or is this as far north as you're going?
Well, go ahead. You do the talking. You're better looking than me.
I guess I should say, since you guys haven't seen each other before, what would you look like to him, Clank?
Clank is a short, 3'6" crow person. He doesn't walk place to place. He crow hops from place to place and likes to poke his head into things. He's wearing a hat with a leather cape. You can kind of see medium armor underneath, and he's carrying a shield, but you don't see any weapons. He's got a belt with a bunch of pouches and like a carpenter's belt with tools and different things stuck in it. Yeah, that's about it.
Does he have any noticeable like guild symbols or markings on him that Alwyn might recognize?
He does not. I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think he does.
You do you have Arcana, Alwyn?
Yes.
You have Arcana trained?
No.
Okay. So you would notice his armor looks a bit strange. As a warrior type, like a ranger, you know a good amount about armors, and his doesn't look like any kind you've seen before.
Yeah, he's got a glowy node in the middle of his chest, and then almost looks like launchers on his wrist.
Possibly something magical. What about Gale? What would Gale look like to him?
It looks like your standard elf, but a few noticeable differences. Shock white hair, very pale skin. The two swords on his back, a crossbow, or like a small crossbow on his side. And then adorned in silver, red, and black armor.
Wrong with you, elf? You sick?
No, just adverse to light.
Fair enough.
Oh, you have nature, right?
Yes.
Or I should say, do you have nature trained, nature knowledge as a proficiency?
Proficiency. Yes.
I assume you do as a ranger, but I shouldn't assume that because some rangers don't. So you would recognize his race. He is a shadow elf, which you don't see many around. In fact, he may be the first one you've ever actually met, but you know of them for sure. A race of elves from the Shadowfell, another world of existence, which you don't know much about because you have Arcana, but you know of that race. A fellow elf type. So yeah, what do you want to do?
If you guys are working towards the north, I think that we could work together moving north. I've scouted out a little bit around where we're currently located right now. We need to...
Do you have a well-hidden camp? Because right now our camp is out in the plains, and I like trees.
I can tell you we didn't make the poor choice of going out in the middle of a field to find somewhere safe to go. We do have a camp nearby.
I'll whisper up to Gale. Gale, what do you think? You trust him?
The trees provide more cover, and
he's not as ugly as the hobgoblins I've seen.
It's hard to tell with the mask, but...
How close am I to my camp?
You're fairly close. You have a camp in the base of one of the mountains over here. You found that the mountains hide the camp pretty well, and the orcs don't seem to patrol near the mountainous areas. They're more out in the plains where you see them moving.
Am I within earshot of Elric?
Oh no, he's probably a couple of 1,000 feet away. I mean, unless you're going to yell, which would be a bad idea.
Yeah, nope.
Well, friend, maybe we take you back to our camp and introduce you.
I am not alone out here in the woods, and I would like to converse with my client before I do anything else.
Okay.
Client? You escorting someone?
I am. I am helping a gentleman through this area, and I must report back to him, and if you guys are willing, I will show you guys where our camp is. How many are in your party? Are you the only two?
Let's keep that a little low right now.
Fair enough. Come with me and we will speak with Master Elric.
I'm going to stay here, because I don't know if this is an ambush.
Well,
just met you. Call it a safety's sake.
Fair enough, I can respect that.
Sending the crow into the ambush alone.
Yeah. Gale, you will hear squawks.
I've got a penchant for tiny animals.
Guys.
I don't trust you. I'm sending the crow.
I'm gonna grab Clank. If you do go, just know, if you die, it's not on me.
I'll squawk.
I'll let him go.
Can I roll an insight? Just to see if Alwyn has nefarious intentions.
Sure. It's hard to say. I mean, you just kind of met him out in the middle of nowhere, but you don't really get a reading either for good or bad from him.
Well, you will not hurt me, Alwyn.
You have my
you
word.
are not of the hobgoblin type.
I am the hobgoblin hunting type.
I like that. And I'll follow up Alwyn.
I can assure you that with this gesture of invitation, that should you show good faith, good faith shall be shown in return. Will you accompany me to camp?
Yes. And as we're going, I'm going to count all the buttons on your outfit.
I look at you strangely and turn off into the woods to the north.
Gil will find some shady place to bunker down until they get back.
All right, so you are led into a mountain valley, kind of west of where you just were. It is a fairly hidden area. As you go in a ways off to the side, there is a cave with a gentleman sitting on a rock near the mouth of the cave. Very much hidden from view of the rest of this area. What would Elwyn look like? Or sorry, Elric, not Elwyn.
Oh shit, man, we got Elwyn, and
He's
Elric.
great. Yeah.
You can call me Al.
Elric is a 6 foot tall, about 160 pound half elf with red hair, freckles, and then fine clothes, but they're hard to see because he's wearing padded or studded leather, and then a kind of wizard traveling robe, and then has studded leather pads on his right and left arm, and then at his side he has a short sword with the crest of the Elden Spell family.
Do you have history, Clank?
I believe I do. Yes, I do.
So you might recognize. You do. You do. One of the lesser-known families of the Teruvian Empire. The Elden Spells have a somewhat decent-sized fortune and live in one of the northern towns of the Teruvian Empire. You don't remember which one, but he does look like nobility to you, whoever this elf is.
Even though he may be a little dirty at the moment.
Yeah.
Elden Spell. I've been warned of you.
Warned of me? Do you know of my family? Who is this? Alwyn, you brought a crow person here?
Master Elric, while I was out doing some scouting, I came across this strange bird. I have yet to get its name. It seems rather friendly, and a penchant for button counting, sir.
That is peculiar. I have no need for a pet. I already have an owl.
He was not alone.
Oh.
I believe we may have aid in helping us move north. I wish to discuss this further with you and wanted to give you the opportunity to meet this individual.
Interesting. What did they say that their plans were moving forward? Are they tracking the goblins, the goblinoids?
Yes, it would appear that they're heading north with us as well.
The goblins attack local town. We help town. And I mean no mean words. It was a jest. I hear Elden Spells are funny.
Well, I crack a joke or two, but I just not right now. If we are of the same goals, I am trying to find the Iron Tide encampment. These bonds have seemed to stolen one of my family heirlooms.
Ooh, treasure. And as I'm talking, I start poking around at Elric's outfit, counting all his buttons.
No buttons.
No buttons.
That you can
but
see.
You're wearing studded leather.
That you can see. It's covered by wizard travel.
Okay. Well, you have nice camp here.
Thank you. It will do. But Alwyn, perhaps it is time we keep moving. We've been in this place too long. We've seen too many parties roving. Is there a party close by?
There is one other close by.
Really?
I have suspicion that they are not the only two that I have come across.
Do they seem, or at least the one you met, does he seem trustworthy besides this crow person?
I like this crow.
Does it
Very
have a
pale elf. I believe he is a type of elf that I have not seen before and have only heard legend of. He's cautious, but he seemed trusting enough to either let his bird die or at least investigate.
Hey, I'm my own person. I'm not his bird.
All right. Well, what is
your name?
I'll pull out my shield and a hammer and clank my hammer against my shield.
Not
Clank.
too loud. Not too
His name is
loud.
Bing Bong.
Jeez. There's parties everywhere. Your name is Sound?
Clank.
Clank. Interesting. Well, Clank, if you are after the Iron Tide, then perhaps we can team up.
Yes. Maybe. I introduce you to friends, or I bring friends here.
Well, this is a secure area. I don't know what your camp looks like, but
You said
If-
you're out in the plains. If you guys
Oh.
do have true good intent, I feel that we could make accommodations, but we still do not know your number. How many others
yes.
are you?
Oh, Gale didn't want me to tell you. But we have small party.
Dale. Okay. I see no reason for us not to work together to this means and make a decision after that point.
I'll hop over to Alwyn and hold my wing out to shake his hand.
I reach out and gently shake so I do not ruffle thy feathers.
You want to follow, or you stay?
I'm very at home here in the woods. If you need my assistance, per Master Elric's permission, I can accompany you if you feel that would be necessary.
well, yes. Let's again, as I said, Alwyn, I think we've
It
stayed
may-
here personally too long. Perhaps maybe we should take our belongings and at least move locations and maybe head to where their party is.
You think we stay here one more night?
Well, I will say there's not much in the way of trees here. There's a couple scattered groupings of them, but it's mostly grassland, hills, and mountainous area over here where you are right now.
Okay, so it's a pretty good spot, right?
We're chilling in a cave. Is what I heard before?
Kind of in like a valley down below the hills here. It's very well hidden. Actually, your group's spot is pretty well hidden too behind some hills over here. You both have pretty good campsites,
Okay.
which I can
Uh,
mark this campsite.
I say that, or
So this is where your camp is, basically.
okay. Well, yeah.
Well, maybe we introduce you to Gale, and we figure out what to do from there.
Yes.
I agree.
Agreed.
Okay, so you're heading back to where Gale is hiding?
Yeah.
Attempting to hide.
So Gale, you've kept out of the sight of the ogres. They're still pretty far away, and you have the hills to help you hide. After several, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes or so, you would see your friend return with two others, one of which you have not seen before. And you've kind of heard each other's descriptions, so you know what he looks like. You're all remaining hidden, and at this point, I'd probably need a stealth check from Elric.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Watch. Boom.
Okay. So yeah, luckily you are still okay. The ogres in the distance have not noticed you or the group yet.
I'll hop over to Gale and tug him down to my level and whisper in his ear. I think their camp might be better than ours.
Well, first off, it's good to see you weren't ambushed. I'm assuming these are the only two that were there?
Yes. Ye of little faith. You must have had bad childhood.
Part of the training.
But
Well,
like I said, shall I introduce you, Gale?
Well, seeing that you aren't dead, there's a higher chance that now we're on even fighting grounds. If the things do go wrong. Introduce me.
Cool. I will introduce Gale to Elwin and Elric.
Well met, Gale. I must ask you again. Are you guys alone? Is it just the two of you? We are needing to make haste and get back to somewhere safe as the day is wearing on.
We have more.
Shall we take these two there or bring our friends back?
Well, seeing that there's more of us to bring there, I think the best bet is just to bring these two over to the rest of the group.
Cool. I will ask El and Elric. You come with us to meet everyone else. We have camped that pretty good.
I look and show deference to Elric's choice.
Alwyn, what do you think is best?
We're backtracking further south than we initially wanted, but we need to probably get on even grounds and meet who else we are going to be potentially dealing with as we try to overcome this issue heading north.
I think that sounds like a good plan, although well, not for the loss of time, but perhaps maybe it'll make up in the numbers if we can agree amicably to some sort of beneficial arrangement.
I acquiesce.
What sort of arrangement?
To kill.
Are you not after the Iron Tide?
Ah, yes, we are after Iron Tide. Iron Tide, no friends.
We have some in our group that prefer a less bloody option.
Interesting. Well, I would like to meet them. Let's get out of the open.
All right, so heading south, you will possibly be seen by the ogres if not careful, so let me get 4 stealthing checks.
Man, it's going to be horrible. Here we go.
I'll take the 2 highest because you're working together, and it's not close range.
All right. I almost got a nat 1. That was scary.
19 and 15. All right. So you head back through the plains and approach the main camp. So you all see them returning with 2 new individuals. As you approach camp, Shock is going to step forward and say, "You there. Haven't we met?" He looks at Elric. "What are you doing up here?"
Yes, I think we have possibly met before. Are you from Chaur?
He says, "I am. Not that I grew up there, but I've been living there. Weren't you asking me about my journey with the caravan a few days ago? I thought I remember speaking with you briefly."
Yes. It is curious to find you here. Are you part of their group?
Says, "I am. And here are the rest, by the way. I am Shock," and he bows and goes to shake your hand. He is probably in his late 30s, early 40s, pretty hefty guy, with chain armor, a shield on his back, and a sword at his side. You also notice he has a longbow and a quiver with several arrows. Ophelia, what would you look like to them?
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm writing. Give me 1 second.
Can I stay on kind of slightly to the back of the group and kind of be, while introductions are starting, I'm making sure nothing's coming up on us?
Yeah, sure. This camp is pretty well hidden. In fact, now that you see it, Alwyn, you are fairly impressed with its placement. You would guess someone who is knowledgeable of survival helped pick it out.
As you guys look over at Ophelia, you feel like a sudden warmth, it's like a longtime friend that you haven't seen in a while. As you see this small, petite, like 5'2" girl with this strikingly white hair. But surprisingly for her tiny, tiny build, you see she's covered in scale mail and has a giant shield. And adorned on her chest, you see what is the sign of Palor. And for some reason, as you're looking at the symbol of the sun on her chest, it's glowing. You're a little confused as you're like, doesn't explain quite why it's glowing on her chest. But with like a warmth and a smile, she kind of runs up and she goes, "Oh my gosh, did you bring back new friends?"
You might notice that she does have the symbol of Palor. Even without religious training, it's pretty obvious as most of the humans in the Empire worship Palor, so you probably recognize her deity symbol.
Kind of just looks like
I
a
would
little
match
sun.
up perfect with her, right? With Mieliki.
Would you?
Deity of
she say
wilderness
that?
protectors and good rangers and hunters.
So do you have symbols on you of Mieliki that you would notice?
I have a ring that has Mieliki's symbol.
How's your perception, Ophelia?
I have +5, 15 passive.
So you would probably notice the ring then. And you said you do have religious training, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you'd probably notice her ring, and you would probably recognize the symbol as well.
You'd probably also notice the raven skull crest on Gale's armor.
Do I know if Palor has any qualms with the Raven Queen or Mililililili?
Maliki. Maliki's a good deity, right? Or a neutral one?
Yes. Good.
Okay, so you don't think, as far as you remember, that there are any qualms. They're actually fairly similar. Just Maliki is a lesser-known deity throughout the Empire.
So upon seeing that, I don't say anything, but I kind of run up and just grab like Alwyn's hands and start shaking and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good to meet you!" Like immediately feels comfortable with Alwyn, just because of the deity match, the pairing.
Feelings kind of reciprocated, especially with the aura and everything. Speaks of nature and goodness.
Shock says, "Up now there are two of them," and he kind of cracks half a smile.
Elric kind of looks shocked and goes up to Ophelia. Yes, girl, what is your name?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My name is Ophelia von Lisseltania. I guess like a quick background, like I grew up in the church, and yeah, it wasn't until like for some reason my stark white hair came at a time they thought that I was some kind of chosen one or something stupid like that. And then one day Clank came and he was like traveling through and they saw that he also worshipped Palor.
Ophelia.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
Real quick, you gave him your last name.
I did.
Don't you have a nobility background?
Oh, wait.
Ophelia, I mean.
I believe I do, yeah.
Do you have history, Mr. Eldenspell?
Yes, I do.
Give me a history check.
Boom.
You have indeed heard of her family. What would he know about your family through passive knowledge? Because you are both nobility.
Yeah, so they've just been very, very closely associated with the church. They always kind of have been, so they hold like their positions of power through the church. And when they saw that like I had like the stark white hair, they actually gave me to the church and kind of watched from afar as they were raising me, thinking that I was going to be some kind of like prophet or had some kind of calling that Palor himself touched upon me.
And does Ophelia have history?
Yes.
You probably noticed his symbols, so give me a history check. See if the nobles recognize. Okay, so what would she know about the Elden spells from passive knowledge?
Yeah, Elden spells are a prominent family in Dorvan. They do a lot of trade. That's mainly how they make their money in a general sense. The Elden spell family is really small. In the sense that Elric he is a only child, and his mother basically runs the family at this very moment because his grandfather passed quite a few years back.
All right, and sorry, Elduin, I need to get to you still. What would you look like to them?
So, Elduin will. You stare over. You see this 7'4" Burbog-like individual who's wearing kind of like a dark olive green, kind of like army green kind of shirt with a kilt. He's got like a leather vest on with furs on his shoulders. You also see on his chest he has kind of a bear totem like necklace, but if you peer very closely in the middle claw specifically, you'll see like a symbol of cord on it. Also, you may notice his skin is a little grayish as he's actually a Dampier now, but you may not know this in character. Right now, he's just chopping wood.
Oh, okay.
Alwyn, I don't think you have religious knowledge, right?
No.
So yeah, he would just look a little bit off to you, probably because of his grayish skin.
Hail, elf. Hail. He looks sick. What's with your wood chopper?
Oh, leave him alone. He's fine.
Well,
Don't mean.
Elduin tries his best to ignore it.
I say to Ophelia, yes, Ophelia, I know of the Lusitania family. It is so very nice to meet you. And I shake her hand, and then I bow down and kind of kiss her hand. It is such a rare thing to find a beauty as yourself amongst all these adventurers.
She immediately pulls back her hand and is kind of shocked, and she goes, thank you. And then she runs and hides behind Elduin.
Is everything okay, Ophelia?
I didn't know what to do.
Do what?
Doc would kind of sigh at all this and says, so what are you two doing up here anyway? It sounds like you were doing some reconnaissance up north, looking through the hills.
Well, yes. I hired Alwyn here to help me track down a magical item that was stolen from my family.
Alwyn, two finger salutes.
We tracked the Iron Tide.
He says, was that the item you were asking me about that we were moving in the caravan, the one that was stolen?
Yes.
Shock turns to the group and he says, they may have similar goals to us then.
Then we can call this a temporary alliance until our goals are met.
He looks to you, Alwyn, and says, so what have you found? It sounds like you've been scouting this place a bit longer than us. Do you know where their base is, or do you know of a good way to travel north from here?
I have not found their base yet, but in scouting, I've seen that we are going to come up against some resistance. It was to the east of our camp. And I think that with the patrols that I've seen, it would be our best bet moving forward to work together. We will try to stealth through this as much as possible and avoid conflict, but should it happen, I feel much better having more swords at my back.
He says, agreed. Do you think you could show us your maps so we have an idea of what you've seen already?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know what you guys were planning, but we definitely should try to do this peacefully. And then I want to go and explain, kind of out of character, to Alwyn and Elric. We already have a few people ready to make an alliance with the Iron Tide and try to do this peacefully.
Peacefully.
Fair enough. When in Romans, do as the Rome do.
Interesting.
I mean, we can always hold our own if things get worse, but I would like to try to keep the needless violence to a minimum, and perhaps we can get the Iron Tide to work with us because we may have need of some of their men and resources as well.
So through the maps that Alwyn shares, you're able to get a better picture of the southern areas that they've kind of scouted over the last few days.
Well, I cannot speak, obviously, for everyone in the group, but I just know when someone wrongs me, they pay for it.
And he paid me to pay that.
Well, as long as you get the person responsible for that, I guess I could let it slide. But there are other innocent people that may not have also been involved, and we should try to give them a chance.
Very rarely do I see a need for innocent blood to be shed.
We shall see what happens. I cannot promise anything, but at the moment, yes, our goals do align, and
Who has wronged you?
The Iron Tide.
All of them?
Well, when someone steals from you, you chop off their hand.
That I can agree with.
You speak wisely.
Sometimes
Ophelia tucks her hands in her armpits under her armor, just hiding them.
One thing I will say, the Iron Tide didn't initially steal the dagger from you. They stole it from whoever stole it from you, because it was being...
Would I know that?
Yeah, you were tracking it when the trail went cold from the caravan, so you believe that is where it was stolen by the Iron Tide from the questions you had asked around.
Well, again, a stolen item is a stolen item. Whoever holds my item is a thief.
So it's possible that they paid for it originally to be stolen, but it seems more likely that they stole it from whoever had originally taken it from you. Yeah, what do you all want to do?
Well, no one waits for time. I say we move forward.
Are we well prepared first?
It's probably about 3 o'clock at this point in the afternoon.
Well, I think we have a decision to make whether we keep base here or if we move into the mountains.
Is this valley here that we can move through, or do we have to go this direction?
Well, you can move into the mountains, but if you try to move through the mountains, it's going to take longer and require athletics checks. But yes, you can go through the mountains. You'd have to do some pathfinding. You haven't done much exploration in the mountainous areas just because you've more been concentrating on the plains. But yeah, if you're able to find a path through the mountains, then it could be easier to use that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, what you all think? Ophelia?
I think I like the camp in the mountains better. It takes us a little bit closer to everything, and it's also a little more spread out, so we can go where we need to with quicker action.
Gale? Eldwin?
Can Eldwin make a survival roll?
What are you rolling for?
Just to see if where this other camp is, if there's any certain areas that they like.
So you'd probably have to see their camp to know how well it's hidden.
Okay.
But you imagine that the mountains are probably better than the plains because they're less out in the open. Though your current camp is pretty well hidden, you imagine being within the mountains will give you more cover. But again, you'd probably have to see the camp to know.
I say we trek.
I say we go as well. We're closer to our target in the end over there.
Okay, so you're heading up north.
We're gonna pack up our camp and destroy any evidence of us being there before we leave.
Oh, alright. Yeah, you definitely can do that. It'll just take some time.
You guys
Make it
okay with that?
Yeah, make it
Yep.
look like it's already been raided by somebody else.
Yeah.
Give me survival checks, up to 2 of you, if you want to work together on that.
All
I'll
right.
work together with it.
I have a +3. I don't know
Alright.
what anybody else is.
So
I have a
18.
+4.
Good rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you think the camp is pretty well scuttled. You don't think people will have will easily figure out that it was here if they search the area. At least not without a impressive amount of perception and survival. Then, as a group, you are all moving north. I need some stealth rolls as you approach the hills.
From everyone?
Yes, because you are all there.
Oh boy. Hey.
Fuck me, guys!
7.
That's not too bad.
So... Pretty good. So actually, you do remain pretty well hidden as you move. Am I missing someone? Oh, Eldwin, you got a 6. Luckily, the top 3 rolls, you are able to hide from the ogres. As you move through, looks like there is a third one now. You're not sure where that one came from. But yeah, you would reach the mountains here, and the cave camp that they had set up is very well hidden back here behind the hills and in this valley. You think this would be much better, assuming that the orcs don't come back, like patrolling back in here. So what do you want to do?
What time is it?
After all that, it's probably about 4:30.
We can risk it and continue forward for a little bit longer, or we can settle down. At least send out a group to go a little further.
I would like to scout ahead further.
Shock says it might be prudent to get rid of those giants. If we are going to be using this as a base, I'd rather dispatch them now than have them see us later. They could be a threat to our scouts.
Always the wise one. They hurt when they hit you.
He nods.
I
Not too
agree,
bright,
those
but
giants have been a pain.
yeah. Of course, again, just my suggestion.
I think it's a very reasonable suggestion if they're so close.
But now with a larger party, do we want to have a couple people stealthed and attempt an attack on these giants, or go in full force?
I think we go force and I'll try to stealth.
I say we do it quick and fast.
We have to get rid of them quick. So the majority of us would be better.
Well, I
Like-minded
have
people.
I have a spell that can help with me being sneaky at least.
I say we make the attempt.
Would Lou, would that work for if I chose whatever the factor is for stealth? Would that apply for stealth checks?
I think that's Cat's Grace.
Are you talking about enhanced ability? Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to concentrate on it, you would have advantage on stealth checks if you took the Dex
The
one.
Dex one. Okay, perfect.
Alright, so you're
So what do
casting...
you guys think? I'm not casting it yet. I just want to get information and see if I could, and then offering that suggestion to the party.
So are we going in stealth first, or blades out?
I think stealth is the best. We can at least get a couple hits on them before they do anything.
Yes, let's go.
Alright, so you're going to attempt to move in on them quietly.
Before
Go
we
a-
head in there, how do I tell what my Drake companion stealth would be if I summoned it ahead of time?
Dexterity.
Yeah, you just roll its Dex.
Do you have their
+1.
character sheet?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if you have the character sheet up, it would just be a dex roll, because they wouldn't be trained in stealth.
So it's a 12 +1 in parentheses.
Yeah.
So you roll a d20, add 1.
Yeah. So you are attempting to approach them quietly. Go ahead and give me stealth checks. Unfortunately, you can't cover for each other because you're going to be getting in close.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well.
Well, I guess I didn't cast enhance ability, so fuck it.
I'm towards the back of the party, anyways.
Yeah, Gale's gonna stay back a little bit as well, seeing that he has his dex ability up right now.
Alright, so you're trying to move in on them quietly, but unfortunately, they would have noticed you.
We tried. Time for them to die.
So I'll say you are coming out of the woods. Oh, and
Do I need to do anything for this? Did we just assume outside of battle the Drake was summoned then with the dex roll of 4?
Yeah, we could say that, I mean, it's kind of up to you. Did you want to have it summoned before you went in, or do you want to, like, wait till you got in to summon it?
Summon before, please.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me one moment. I have to actually just realized I was not revealing the new characters to everyone, so let me do that.
Good. Oh yeah, I need to mark that I used my mutagen. I forgot to mark it.
And then I go down 1 on my summon.
Oh, wait, I mixed that up. Sorry, yeah. Alright, so this should be for everyone to see. And only editable by him. So, just in case, we have Elric's picture. And Alwyn.
If it doesn't say my invisibility disappears when I move, then as long as I don't attack or cast a spell, the invisibility would stay up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't casted it though. It's too late. I missed my opportunity. So.
Yeah, no worries.
I do like this organ in the background.
Roll20 is being temperamental. Okay. So you were trying to come in stealthy, I'll say, from the south area here. It is daytime, so there would be lighting.
Can everybody see, or is it blank?
Black for me too.
Yeah, I think Lou's setting up the lighting.
Oh, I didn't. That's why. Because Elric, I just got your token. I have to give you stats on it. It's like.
Is everybody else's screen black?
Oh yeah, you should all still be dark screen. But I just put Elwyn on, and I realized he couldn't see anything. So.
It's 60-foot dark vision, by the way. I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah. Now that's more of us that has dark vision. Woo!
Yep,
We're severely lacking. We're severely
Whoever's
lacking
monitoring my character sheet, thank you.
Elduin now has dark vision too, since he's, vampire.
Oh shit.
Vampire.
So then Ophelia and me are the only ones without dark vision.
Yeah, suckers.
All right, you should be able to see
You got a
now.
glowing amulet though.
Yeah, I can see.
But let me just try one thing. Make sure this is working. Okay, good. It is.
Alwyn is still blacked out completely.
Yeah, I'm grabbing you now. All right. So And you can move yourselves around in that kind of woodsy area because that's where you were coming from.
I think the rest of us are still in a black screen lift.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, there it is.
still bringing you out. Just give me a moment.
Oh, good. My apologies.
And clank. All right, so now you should all be out. And to the northeast of you on the hill there, you were trying to come up quietly on several ogres, but unfortunately they have seen you coming. As you're moving through the woods, one of them roars and says, "Oh, someone approaches." And the other one says something in giant. They heft large tree trunks above their heads and start moving
Alwyn
towards you.
can speak giant. What do they say?
I can
So
speak
can
giant.
Gale.
Yeah.
He says, "Make paste, eat people butter." And they are charging at you. So give me initiative rolls.
Let's not be baked potatoes, guys.
Can I click? No.
Make sure your character is highlighted before you click initiative.
There we go.
Or
Need
it
to
will not
redo mine
work.
then. Let's see here.
Yeah, if you don't have your
Mine
character
coming
highlighted, just
D&D Beyond.
you can just re-roll.
I'll win with the nat 20.
Wait.
I just didn't know whether what
Oh.
I'm doing from D&D Beyond is pulling properly. Gale, am I good? What I did
Yeah.
was okay? Okay. So
Yep.
disregard the bottom one then.
Yep, you got the nat 20. That's what I called out earlier.
Was mine clicked? Did you get it, Lou, or no?
Roll 20 is giving me some issues. Give me one moment. Trying to
Is it
figure
being
out what's
sluggish?
going on. It's been so for the last couple of days.
That's
I don't know if they changed something, but I've been having some issues. I'm going to try restarting, so give me one moment.
Maybe check the logs. Maybe there's an update that they pushed.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Whenever something's broken, it's because they updated something.
It's how it always is.
Alright. Coming back in.
We have a star-studded lineup here. We got a 5, we got a natural 20, then a 6, an 11, another 11, a 9, and an 8.
All over the board.
Mostly very low.
Alright. So, the ogre roars, the first one, as he sees you all rushing up, and he is going to start charging. So he moves down the hill 40 feet, moving much faster than you were expecting. He is going to yank a javelin off of his back. His great club in one hand, and he is going to hurl it at the closest person, which is going to be Eldwin.
Oh, no.
Gosh.
Yeah, that hits.
23, but I don't know if you're in range for the javelin, so let me double check the range on that. Because he might be at disadvantage. Javelin range is 30.
Oh, wait.
So I think you are saved by his bad range. Yeah, 35. So yeah, you go, oh shit, as the javelin is like hurtling towards you, barely sidestepping it as it hits a tree next to Eldwin back here. That is it for him. Or not Eldwin, Elric. It's too many E's. Eldwin, your turn. What are you gonna do?
Let's see.
So he has a great club in hand, a two-handed smashing weapon.
So if I'm in this square, will I be enraged to attack the ogre?
If you're where?
Say like I'm over here. That'd be my 30-foot movement.
Yeah, you would be within 5 feet of him, so that would be in range.
Okay, cool. Well, first, I'm gonna do scene. So after Eldwin sees the javelin, he is going to enter a rage. But something strange happens. This is gonna be new to the to Clank, Ophelia, and Gale, to
Oh
Alwyn,
my
Elric, this will be your
God.
first time. His eyes aren't red anymore. You notice that they turn into indigo blue, and you start to see his scar light up too. And after what you think you try to hear a roar, you hear this ghastly scream come out of him as an entity hovers above him.
Oh
Almost-
shit!
That's not natural.
And and the entity just points at the ogre, and from there you see Elduin just like move an unnatural speed. And now he's going to swing with his great axe at the ogre.
All right, mark yourself as raging.
Oop, yep, sorry, forgot to do that first.
Coming
Yes,
at
there.
him with a swipe of the axe. He is not well armored, luckily. And 24 will definitely connect.
All right.
Doing 11 points of damage as he stumbles back slightly.
All right, and with the ancestral protectors now, so
Oh,
basically,
little creature hurt you, this one says in Giant.
all you can hear from him, Elduin, is just like this unearthly growl from him. But yeah, I'll link the ability again just so you see what it is. But basically, when I hit him, he has all disadvantages on his attacks on anybody else besides me.
Okay.
And
he's gonna try to hit you. Don't worry.
and any
He is
creature
very
that-
angry at you right now.
Yeah, any
Not your
other
attention.
person that is attacked by the ogre that hits has resistance against it.
Okay.
Badass.
And it stays up until I probably hit another person or if my rage ends.
All right. So that is it for you, I assume.
Yep.
This ogre, unfortunately for him, is in the hill area, so he's hounded by some difficult terrain as he gets to here with his first movement. Then he is just going to dash, coming down to here, ending his turn. Smash you. Gale.
I'm going to run to right here. If I take that path, so 5, 20 feet. I'm going to whip out a bolt. I'm just gonna quickly slash it across my hand, and I'm going to do my Crimson Right and light my crossbow on fire. Doing.
Can you link the ability?
Yep.
Alright, so you take
Yes.
1 point of damage.
So,
Okay.
Yep. The bonus action, and then I'm going to. I believe this guy will just be in range, or he's very much in range. And I'm going to fire the crossbow at him.
Donk. Alright, so you shoot at him with the crossbow.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, 20 would strike him, as again, he is not well armored.
10 points of piercing damage,
Oh.
and maximum 4 points of fire damage.
Oh. He is now looking angrily towards you. Anything else?
I just wanted to get him away from Elduin, so that is my turn.
Alright, Ophelia.
Okay. So I am going to cast Emboldening Bond.
Oh, I just realized we don't have a token for the
Oh, for the
pet.
dragon.
Do you have the sheet on Roll20? I think I have to get that for you. What's your
not
companion be
sure.
called?
Drake Companion, small dragon. We'll call it Alma. No, we've got way too many ALs.
Alma, Alwyn, Elric, Eldwin.
Yeah, let's
Can't go wrong.
You're yeah, okay. It is in roll 20. It's proficiency bonus 2, right? Your proficiency is
Yes.
2 right now. All right.
Yes.
So let me drag it on here.
So while we're thinking about it, also, I have an owl, and I forgot about it until now.
All right.
You know what's really funny? I have this exact situation with my mom and my aunts, because I have my mom's name is Lori, I have an aunt named Lori, and then I have another aunt named Laura.
That's rough.
So you should see at the top of the journal, there is a Drake Companion PB2 in roll 20. The journal tab in there.
Yes.
So you can edit that. You can go ahead and put the stats. I think they're already set up for a PB2, but just in case they're not, like I think the hit points don't include what it's supposed to. You can edit any of those, and you can also use it to do attacks and stuff. But you should be able to control your Drake Companion. The token, I mean.
So 5 plus 5 times your ranger level.
Which would
for
be,
hit points.
what, 15? Are you level 2 or 3? I forget.
3.
3? So yeah, it would be 20 right now. So you can change his HP to 20 of 20.
Damn, he's got more HP than me.
If
No,
you
that's not true.
Yeah, if you edit the sheet, there's like cogwheels you can use to adjust all that stuff.
Oh, shoot. Look down there.
But anyway, Ophelia, sorry, it's your turn.
Oh, no,
And
you're fine.
I'll get the owl out too while you're going.
So I am going to cast Emboldening Bond on Alwyn and Gale.
Okay.
And so Alwyn knows you get a D4 once per round. You can use it for your attack roll, or you can use it for an ability check or a saving throw. So you can use it when you want to attack, or you can use it, for defense if you wanted to save it. But you only get one per round, and it goes for 10 minutes.
Okay. So go ahead and mark yourselves with the emboldening bond mark. You might need to show them which one that is.
Yeah, I can show them.
Also, you should have your owl sheet now, Eldwin, if you want to roll initiative for the owl.
You see that little star symbol, Alwyn and Gale?
Oh man,
Gale, you know.
this is gonna drive Lou crazy. The Eldwin and Elric thing.
You can call me Al.
Well, yeah, like I said, or Elric, whatever. Yeah, you can roll initiative for your owl.
Okay.
So yeah, if you got emboldening bond, just make sure you mark yourself with the little star book, just so everyone
Gale.
remembers.
Alwyn.
I know, sorry. I was in the bathroom.
Excuses.
Like the excuse. Matt knows. So you see Alwyn's that little light symbol. And then I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
So
Actually, I'm going to move first.
Alwyn, just because you said you hadn't used Roll20 much.
Correct.
So if you click on your token, there's like a little lens button. If you hit that, there's a whole bunch of marks. It's kind of annoying because you have to kind of remember where some of the more used ones are. But one of them for this spell, and I can just add it for now just to speed things up till you get used to it, is this one for Emboldening Bond. So while that's on you, you just have that. And that's just to remind everyone that that's on you. If you have a weapon out, then you would use the 3 swords one like Gale has on him. So you have that mark. If you have a weapon, or if you have both your hands using the weapon is out, you would have that mark with a 2 on it, which you just kind of mouse over that mark and press the 2. Do you have 2 weapons out or just 1?
2 weapons.
Okay. So like that, basically. That one is like a few lines down, and like you'll kind of get used to it as we go. But yeah, it's a little bit weird in the beginning. Okay, sorry, Ophelia. I keep interrupting you. So you
No,
cast
you're fine.
spiritual
Help
weapon.
people. Yeah, on that one.
All right, give me an attack roll. Or you did. 15 will strike it. It has no armor. She make funny noises. Squish, little one. He points at Ophelia.
I just point right back at him like, I'm not scared of you.
He does a golf swing with his tree trunk. Anything else?
That's bad memories. We don't talk about that. That's it, though.
You still have your action, I think.
My action was the emboldening bond.
Oh, right. Emboldening bond, sorry. All right. Alwyn, what do you want to do?
So I can move and attack?
So you can move up to 30 feet, which if you pick up your token and press Q, it'll do like a ruler as you move the token. So, yeah, I think your movement's 30 feet. So you can move up to 30 feet, then do an attack, and then if you want, use a bonus action to do something else, which for you would be give your Drake a command. Oh, wait. I put those tokens on the wrong... or those markers on the complete wrong token. Alright. So it wasn't you who has the emboldening bond, Elric. Put it on the wrong person. It is Alwyn who has the emboldening bond, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that should be on you, not Elric.
So with the 30 feet of movement, I'm not in melee range yet, so I will make an attack with the bow using...
Don't forget you get it. You have to call it before you do it, but if you wanted to, you can get an extra D4 to hit.
With the emboldening bond, yeah. Alright,
Okay.
so you take a shot with your bow using the emboldening bond. Which one are you shooting at?
Can I stack the emboldening bond with my infused strike?
Yes.
Not a damage.
Yeah, because infused strike is to damage, so it's a completely different effect. But yes, you can put them both on the same thing.
It's just after a hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know when I have to call that out in this sequence. So it's bow shot with the emboldened strike.
Emboldening bond, yeah.
Or emboldening bond, sorry. So I just click on the weapon and it should fire.
I believe so.
So you roll your d20 plus your modifier, add a d4. You add that d4 to the modifier or to that attack roll, or to hit roll, and then you roll your infused strike attack.
Where's which button are you using on your character sheet?
Yeah, I was looking at... So just longbow.
You click on longbow on the Roll20 sheet. There's like a macros kind of in the middle of the sheet there, and you just click the longbow one.
So that, okay, there we go.
Okay, yeah, 20 will strike regardless of what
And
you
then
roll
I've
in
got
the d4. So you don't have to worry about the d4 because that'll strike regardless. Now if you click on longbow in the chat, it'll roll damage. Okay, and you said you want to do infused strikes with that?
Yes.
So you'd click on... I think if you go to the Drake Companion sheet, you click on infused strikes. The Drake Companion sheet in the journal, the one I gave you. One of the abilities is reactions infused strike. And if you click that, all right. So, and what type of damage is that?
Lightning.
All right. So you do an extra 2 points, so 11 lightning damage, and that was this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you are within Uh,
Bow range, I think, is.
you are within
150.
30 feet. Alright, so he takes 11 points of damage as you shoot him. And he is wounded by the attack. Your Drake used his reaction, so you just do that. And is that it for you?
Yes.
Alright.
The
So
Drake should go now, right?
the Drake would
Drake
go.
goes immediately after me. I'll just move it up to me with its flight's 40.
So usually, if you click on the Drake and click its initiative button, it'll put it on the initiative order, and then that can you can just track it that way, so it's on there.
And that's.
So-
I'm sorry, which one to do initiative here?
On the Drake sheet, there's like a little Roll20 button in the middle of the sheet that says init. So you just have to make sure the Drake's yeah, you got it. So 13, and usually what you do is you would just click that 13 and change it to 18.7, so it goes right after you. Or 8.17 was yours. So like that. So it would go.
Okay. And so it can move 40, and I go Q. Oh, it doesn't do diagonal draw, does it?
It should.
I'll go right here.
Okay. So the Drake comes running up to stand kind of in front of you.
Yes.
Okay, anything else for the Drake?
No, because the bite's 5 feet, and I'm not 5 feet, I don't think.
Alright, so the ogre up here is going to go. He comes charging down the hill. To here. And he is going to huck a javelin at you, Ophelia.
Fucking rude.
You didn't like that chanting. Luckily, it would clank off the rocks here and miss you. Elric.
Can't I ever like bounce off of my armor? I'm a strong girl, okay? I have a shield for a reason.
I think their javelins are a little bigger than Ophelia.
Yeah, you probably don't want to get hit by those. What do you want to do, Elric?
Yeah. So it'd be the owl's turn next. He has 8.13. So I'm gonna have the owl. Let's see. Move here. Let me grab him. 25 foot. All right. And have him wait here for now.
Okay.
Take the dodge action.
So he's sort of circling up. He's
Yeah,
still at 5 feet high. Do you want to fly him up higher?
Yeah, let's fly him 30 foot.
Alright, so you command him to fly up, so go ahead and mark him with the 3 elevation. And then Elric.
What is the elevation symbol? I'm new to this. Having a.
It is this one. So
Okay.
he's at 30 feet. Go ahead, though. What do you want to do?
All right. Yeah. So as far as me, I'm gonna go ahead and take movement right here, and going to blast. No wait. I'm going to bonus action. Hex.
Which one are you hexing?
This one right here.
Alright, so you spend a first level spell slot, and he is affected by hex energies.
And the disadvantage I'm going to give him is going to be on Dex saves.
Dex checks.
Is it checks? Oh,
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, I always get that wrong. Next, I'm going to go ahead and attack him with Eldritch Blast.
Pew. Yeah, 22 will strike with the first shot.
I only get one right now. So, 2, that's it. And then plus a d6, so 6 damage.
Alright, so you blast him with Eldritch Energy as he screams something in giant and roars at you.
And then I'm going to take movement behind this tree.
Who speaks giant?
I'll
Gale.
win.
Gale and Eldwin? Alright. He yells, "Motherfucker!" Anything else, Elric?
Your mother.
Just to show that I laughed.
Yeah, that's all.
Alright, Clank, bottom of the round.
The bottom of the fifth.
I'm guessing that they got some cover from me right now.
Which one? Yeah, all of your allies are in front of them. So they all have at least light cover. Some of them have medium. But they are big, so none of them have heavy.
And I think I'm gonna run up north of these woods. Up over here.
But I just realized it's not adding the +5. I think that's damage, right? Or is it attack? Let me check for Agonizing Blast. Let's see. Agonizing Blast. Here it is. Cast. Yeah, so monitor the damage. So he actually needs to take 7 plus 4 in total. And I'll fix that
So
on
11.
the sheet. Yeah, so 11 in total, Lou.
You would have +3, not +5. Your charisma's only 17.
Wait, why is it? It says +5 on the thing. I don't know why.
I don't know, but it would be your charisma modifier for Agonizing Blast, which is +3. So I'll give him another 3 damage.
My proficiency is +2.
You don't
I
add
count.
proficiency to damage.
Oh yeah, true. Whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, no, it's just plus your
just,
charisma modifier.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, proficiency is added to your attack rolls, not your damage rolls.
All right.
So Clank, what are you doing?
It's going over here, holding out my arm and tasering that guy.
Alright, you use your lightning launcher. Taser. Yeah, 18 would strike him.
And I'm gonna add the extra d6 to that.
Alright, so he is zapped for, ouch, 13 lightning. And he is actually badly wounded from that hit.
Cool. Then I'm gonna spend my last 5 feet moving up north.
Okay. So you move up there. This guy, who is very mad at you, Elduin, still, even though everyone's hitting him, is confused by your shadowy warriors, so he's just going to swing at you. 15, I believe, would hit. And you are struck for 5 bludgeoning, yes? Are you muted?
Yep, he's muted.
Okay.
My bad. Yes.
So yeah, he clips you with the tree trunk.
It wasn't me.
Though, luckily, yeah, it's not a direct hit. So that is it for him, and it is your turn. What do you want to do?
All right. So gonna have another cinematic moment right here. So he's gonna attack the ogre that's like near death right here. But first, he's going to use he's gonna activate his reckless attack, and then he will use his vampiric bite ability to make a fanged bite at him.
Okay.
So right now he's just like, he jumps as high, he slams his axe in the side of the ogre and just chomps down on him to suck the life energy.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
Alright, so that is a crit.
Alrighty.
So 6 plus 2, 8 points of damage. So So you gain some hit points, right?
I can either gain hit points or I could use the 8 points I dealt damage to it to use that 8 points to add on to my ability check or attack roll.
All right. So which do you want?
I will restore hit points.
All right. So you regain 8 hit points from the bite, and he would take 8, but he is still alive. Anything else?
Oh, I thought that'd be cooler, but oh well. Yeah, he's just gonna look
that was
scary in
cool.
front of
Oh,
everybody.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad I did make it cool. But yeah, he's still gonna look at scary entities, just that strange entity still hovering over him. Again, I still attacked him, so he'll still. Again, I'll just link it because I did attack him.
Oh, shoot.
Disadvantage against anybody else besides me, and again, if he attacks anybody else besides me, deals damage, that character has resistance. But I'll end my turn.
All right. So the other ogre goes. He doesn't think he can get to the guy who's using magic on him. So I think he is going to roar angrily, rushing up to this lizard thing, and he's going to try to punt it. Oh, but he
What is
slips,
this lizard's name?
completely missing, luckily, as the little drake moves aside. Gale.
Alright. I'm going to... Do I have a clear shot on the ogre?
He has medium cover. There's a bunch of people in front of him.
Alright.
Well,
move.
actually, I'll say light cover.
Don't forget your emboldening bond.
I know. I'm just gonna move down here just to get a clear shot anyways.
Okay.
And then... how's he looking?
He looks tired. He's been swinging a bunch. Doesn't look wounded yet.
Sure, why not? Blood Maledict. Basically my versions of a hunter's mark.
Everybody's marking these guys.
The edgy, cool version.
Yeah. So, Blood Curse of the Marked. Oh, shit.
And remind me, what's the range on that? Doesn't say there.
See within 30 feet of me.
30? He is. Which I thought it was 30, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say in the description there. There it is. Okay.
Yep. Nope, I was just shooting it over to you. So then, extra D4. Need to
Shooting
pull back
with
up.
the crossbow again?
Yep.
Alright.
So then I'm gonna use my Emboldening Bond.
Yeah, 16 would definitely hit regardless of the bond.
So then that is D8 plus 4, 6 plus 2D4. An extra 2 points of damage. I rolled 2 ones.
Okay, so he takes... What is that? 8? 8 points.
Yep. 8 points of damage.
Okay, anything else?
I am going to... How far did I move to get down here? 20... Yeah... If I take 10 more feet of movement, can I chuck a dagger?
That would be 15 feet.
15.
You'd have to go here. Every second diagonal is another 5. Yeah, you can chuck a dagger.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a dagger.
Alright. You hurl a dagger at him.
Natural 20!
Alright.
2d4.
So he is
Ooh, really
struck
good.
by the dagger for 6 points, which would wound him.
All right. I
Anything
took
else?
a gamble and that worked. That is all.
Ophelia.
Yes, that is me. I will choose to use my spiritual weapon on this wounded guy.
What are you, Borat?
Alright,
Use a spiritual weapon.
so the spiritual weapon flies at the badly wounded ogre.
But I also want to move it 5 feet to the left. To the west. I gotta find spell. Hold on.
Alright, yeah, 14 would strike it. Doing 10 points of damage
Oh, the +7 is there
for the crit. So you cave in his skull as he falls to the ground.
Oh yes, I have done that.
Anything else?
I also wish to cast Dong, you hear toll of dead.
On which one?
The one right in front of me.
Alright, so he will attempt to resist with a wisdom save. He will resist, so he takes nothing, unfortunately. As
Smart
he,
motherfucker.
Too lucky.
With the one brain cell he has.
he shakes off the necrotic energy. Anything else?
Yeah, I want to know what their fucking modifier is that they keep fucking succeeding against me.
Get lucky.
I realize this one should be one below Alwyn. Alright, Alwyn, what do you want to do?
Alwyn
Not an answer.
says, I'm here to fuck your mother. And we move over in front of him. And we strike left sword.
Alright, so you rush over, slashing with your sword. 12 will strike him.
Okay, with favored foe.
Could you link favored foe? Okay. So you get a... Okay, so that's another mark. So that is a... Should probably add that to the marks, but I'll put a 1-minute timer on him to remind myself. So you get an extra 1d4, so go ahead and make your sword attack. 9 and an extra d4 damage.
Can you mark
Oh, yeah.
with like a hunter's mark and that at the same time then?
Yes, but hang on. But it is concentration, so no, you wouldn't be able to. Because it says this takes concentration. So whenever you use this, you have to mark yourself with the concentration. Just so we know you're concentrating on that.
And what's the concentration look like?
I just put it in chat. I marked you with it already.
Putting his hands in the air like you just don't care.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
perfect.
you'd...
Oops,
Yeah, you do 13 points of damage to him. Ow.
Okay, right hand sword throws out bonus strike for dual weapon or two-handed fighting.
Okay.
And that is with infused strike reaction from Ray the Dragon.
Alright, so this is your offhand you're swinging with?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 23 will cut him.
Okay, and then I need to add the infused strike, which that's off of reaction.
And this
here.
one doesn't get your dex bonus, right? It just does straight up roll.
No, I think that's part of the fighting style.
Oh, you have 2-weapon fighter? Alright. So yes, so go ahead and give me a damage roll with the infused strike. As you cut him with the secondary slash.
My blade glows with lightning as Ray charges it.
Alright, so 5 extra plus how much short sword damage? 6 is 11. Oof, he is badly wounded. The +4 is if you crit.
For a TKO.
He is still up, just barely. Anything else?
Spit at him. Spit at him and end my turn.
Okay. Your Drake goes. You didn't use your bonus action, so I don't think he can attack. He just sort of hangs out this turn and dodges. So if he's dodging, you want to mark
No,
him
I
with...
used the bonus action. Okay.
Didn't you? Did you use it for something?
That mark doesn't require it. That's
Well, he used the
free
offhand.
action.
Isn't the offhand attack a bonus action?
Yes.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
use your offhand attack, that would be the bonus action. So you couldn't have used it to command him. Unless I'm mistaken.
Oh, you have to command him to bite? He can't bite on his own?
Yes, if you don't give him any commands, I believe he will move and dodge. Or if you go unconscious, like you get knocked unconscious, then he'll act independently. But I think otherwise your Drake just moves and dodges. You have to give him the,
Yeah,
the sick 'em.
So just dodging then.
Okay.
It's just like a pack of the chain familiar. You gotta tell him to attack.
Alright.
Okay.
What about the owl? What's the owl doing?
Hoot Hoot the owl is going to. I don't know if I can get it to work. There we go. He is going to do the help action. So he's going to swoop in and then do the help and then swoop out.
Alright,
And-
so this one curses, calling the bird a motherfucker as it swoops in and pecks him in the head.
All right.
Anything else?
It's all for the owl. Oh, he goes up 35 foot higher. There you go.
Alright, the ogre is going to go. He's going to run around... Well, now that his friend's down, he's just going to run over here and take a swing at Eldwin. 25, I'm assuming, would hit you.
Yep, it will hit.
You are smacked for 14, which is halved to 7. Elric.
All right. So I'm going to move here, which gives me a clear line of sight as far as attacking him.
He would have light cover from there.
Really? Right here? Okay.
Yeah, because all of your edges will go through other people.
I see.
Because you have to get a clear shot, you have to be able to connect one corner of your square to all 4 of his without touching anyone. Which I don't think you can do.
Good to know.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and do Eldritch Blast on him with advantage.
Alright, first shot is an advantage, and that would kill him.
Just did 18 damage.
Damn.
And then I'm
That was a nice spell, sir.
I'm gonna run back to my hiding spot.
Okay. Clank.
Cool. I am going to shoot this last guy with my little taser.
Alright, you fire some lightning energy at him. Oh, crit.
And I am going to add the extra d6 to that.
So that would be 21.
Shit, sir.
He did not like that. He's now looking up at you angrily. Anything else?
That's all of his hair stands on end.
I'm going to run away.
Alright, Eldwin.
Alrighty, so...
You're no longer offering advantage if you want to take that off.
Oh, don't worry. I'm actually gonna do reckless attack again.
Oh, alright.
Both end.
Sorry, it's gonna find where it was so I can link it. Oh, there we are.
I shout, send it, Al!
Alright, so you once again recklessly swing.
With his ghastly roar.
Yeah, 20 will connect as your axe cuts the ogre for 10. And he is... No, still not wounded. He's starting to get tired from the fighting. They, just FYI, wounded is when they... Oh wait, he is wounded. Wounded is when they are below half health. Since you can't see their hit points.
Alright, so after that, I will end my turn.
Alright. That ogre is dead. Gale.
I'm going to move Up to right here.
He is.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna shoot him with the crossbow.
Alright, you load the crossbow firing at him. Donk.
Emboldening bond. So that's 3 for the emboldening bond.
Before I forget,
It's not gonna help.
Alright.
Dark One Blessing, by the way, Lou. Before I forget.
Oh, yeah, so you use your reaction? Is that what that is?
No, it's just whenever I kill something.
Oh, when you get the killing blow.
Yeah,
Alright,
when I get killed. Yeah.
got it. Alright, so you fire your crossbow, Gale. Unfortunately, it is a wild shot and just kind of flies off into the distance. Ophelia.
Pull out.
Or go ahead.
I was gonna pull out my last dagger and just chuck it at the ogre.
Alright, another dagger throw.
That's better. 18.
Yeah, 18 will strike him.
And donkus for 3.
3 damage. Alright. Ophelia, now it's your turn.
Can I check and see if Alduin is like still in control of his things, like after the bite? See if he's like not being possessed?
Well, you did notice that the bite he did left a wound that was very similar to the one you saw on the priest. So that all but confirms that he killed the priest.
Do I know, like, if he's
You
like,
think
in control of himself? Like, if he's actively deciding to bite, or if like something's taking over?
I mean, is there a way you could know that? Do you have a spell or something? It seems like he's raging, so whenever he rages, he seems fairly out of control. But he's not attacking you or your allies, so...
That is bonus.
Ooh, alright, well, shit, I guess I will move the spiritual weapon and attack with it.
Alright, the spiritual weapon, no. 9 is gonna miss, unfortunately. As the ogre sidesteps the spinning weapon.
Okay, and then dong!
Alright, you throw more energies at him.
Oh, I really hope this one hits, sir.
Nope, he would resist once again.
Oh, bloody hell. Alright, that's it.
dang
That's
it.
my turn.
There's a -2 in that, too. Alwyn, what are you gonna do?
I have to hit all 4 corners, so I probably do need to move. Do I have to worry about shooting over a carcass?
No. Well, ogre probably would be a pretty hefty carcass, though, so I'd say with the ogre carcass you would. It's kind of hard to ever not have some cover if you're firing into combat.
Right.
Unless you have sharpshooter.
Right. Bum rush in here.
Oh!
And we're going to do the same attack over again. We're going to go left sword. Goes low striking for the kneecap. And hopefully the hamstring behind it.
Alright.
And that, I have favored foe with that strike. And that is the end of favored foe until I can do a rest.
So 24. Well, you don't have favored foe on this one, right? That was on this one that you had
I'm
favored.
applying favored foe, yeah. I can
Oh,
only
you're
apply
using it again.
Up to proficiency. Correct.
Gotcha. Alright, so he is marked with favored foe.
Okay. And so we, 24 on the short sword.
Yep, that will strike. So you cut him for 5 and then another d4 damage.
Okay.
Ooh, 9 points. Nice.
Quickly followed by right sword to the inside of the right knee with infused strike from Dragonling.
Alright, so you use your bonus action to swing. Ooh, but he will dodge that one.
So the lightning strike does not go off either. And that is it.
All right. So your Drake, I assume, is just going to keep dodging.
Keep dodging.
All right. So Markham is dodging. What about the owl?
Hoot Hoot is going to. Actually, that's a good question. Yeah, you got plenty. So it's gonna take the help action, and boom, swoop in about.
I eat you, bird. All right. So he is distracted. That is it for the
Wait,
owl.
who's Hoot Hoot?
Yeah, Hoot Hoot.
Ooh, the ogre. Who's he gonna hit?
Dodge.
He has disadvantage if he doesn't hit you, right?
Correct. Yes.
All right, and he's just gonna hit you. And he's just looking at everyone else. It's like foggy. He's like, "Oh, you're nice and clear." 20 will strike. Not a very good hit though. Only 3 bludgeoning as you resist most of it. Elric.
All right, I step out right here, and I'm gonna move my my hex to this guy right here.
All right, bonus action. You move the hex.
Yeah, and then I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Alright, you send Eldritch Energy. 25 will crit on the first for 10 and 7, so 17, 19 damage, which brings him down. And that would end the battle. So, luckily, it doesn't seem like anyone heard any of this, as things are still quiet. The ogres are down for the count,
I
bloodied
scavenged
and
the
broken.
body.
Yeah, well, bodies.
Bodies.
If you look through their stuff, they have some tree trunks, which they were swinging at you. Probably not very useful. They have javelins. You'd find a total of 6 javelins on all of them, if you're interested in those. They also have a bunch of pouches on their belt, which are filled with a variety of strange things. One of them you are pretty sure is filled with poop. Another one is filled with dirty rags. One has a bunch of bones in it. But you do manage to find one with some dirty coins. A total of 30 gold pieces, which you guess he probably just has been picking up and putting coins in his pouch.
That's 5 gold pieces apiece.
Gale will pick up his
Basic
daggers.
math.
He'll put one away, and he'll start collecting essence.
All right, the ogre essence. So you can have up to one person help you, alchemy or nature for this.
I could probably help on nature.
I'm doing alchemy because
Was
Okay.
it nature that you were rolling, or was it? I thought you let me do religion, right?
For ogres, no, ogres are nature.
Oh, it depends on
Undead
the
or
creature.
yeah, undead or religion.
Oh, that makes sense. Thank you. I understand now.
All right. So I'll take the 15 because that's higher than your 9. So you two work together, managing to get some useful bits off the ogres. A total of 40 gold pieces worth of ogre essence.
How hard would it be for us to make it look like they fought themselves and or roll them into the trees?
Oh, and do you have a container to put their essence in?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so make sure you spend a vial if you didn't have one used already.
I had one. I had 10 gold left.
Oh, because you killed that ogre in the first battle a while ago. All right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of hard to hide their bodies. They're pretty big.
Can I inspect the one that was bitten by Elduin?
Yeah, sure.
I'm curious about that as well.
And
Can I
see if
assist him with
something's
that?
going to happen because he bit it, and maybe conduct rites to cleanse it?
Well, it doesn't look like it's moving. If you inspect it, it just seems dead to you. Did you make a roll for the Dampier that that he became? I think you did, and you weren't sure what he was. So I'd say you're not sure what would happen for something that was bitten and killed.
Didn't we see the fact that it was like
I
we
mean,
have like suspicions, right?
you
And then
know
I
that.
thought we saw that the priest did the proper cleanse, and I thought because I would be in a church, I wouldn't know how to cleanse a body.
Well,
Can I?
there's. I think it's gentle repose is the spell that you can use to keep something from coming back to life, right?
Yes, and I do have it.
So yeah, you can use gentle repose on the ogre's body if you want. Though you're not
Can
sure if
I?
his bite brings things back to life. Go ahead.
Can I
It
do an
only lasts for 10
investigation?
days, though.
Try
So
to
it's not
like
gonna deal with
investigate
the
the. Oh, sorry. To investigate the bite wounds, check it for anything that looks like it's seeping into the skin, or
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
and because it has to do with an undead, I get advantage. Natural 20.
Uh, just doesn't really look like much going on here. It just looks like a bite wound to you. You think that there was necrotic damage applied, which would mean there was probably a supernatural element, but I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any type of way that this thing is going to come back to life.
Should we burn it just in case, guys? I don't know. I don't trust it.
The smoke would attract others.
We could be out of here by then, maybe. But I don't know. What do you think is gonna happen?
Well, these
Ellen's
guys aren't
gonna-
coming back.
If
Yeah,
they do,
I mean,
it's on you.
you do think that so far the Iron Tide doesn't know you're here, and if they see smoke and find the bodies, they would definitely know something happened.
So how can we hide the bodies?
I mean, there are trees nearby. You could probably roll them someplace. I would say you could use survival to try to hide these bodies, or stealth. Up to two of you can work together to do that.
Do stealth. I'll
Cool.
put
I
that.
think Alwyn might be pretty good at survival. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Do a survival check or a stealth check.
You can use either. Up to two of you can use
Whichever one
either of
you're
those.
better
Higher proficiency in stealth.
25.
Alright, so you two do a pretty good job of hiding the bodies and cleaning up the blood. I'll say it takes some time. Where did my calendar go? I'll say it probably took you about an hour to get all that done if you were really meticulous. So it's about 5:30 now. The ogre bodies are well hidden within the trees, and the blood has been moved. You don't think anyone's going to know what happened here.
Alright. Let's continue north.
Those creatures were so uncivilized.
Gale's just keeping an extra eye on Elduin now.
Feathers of a bird flock together.
So,
I mean,
where are you heading?
what time did you say it was? It was like 4 o'clock?
5:30.
5:30. Do you think it's time to start heading back before it gets dark?
We have a
must head
camp
to the
just
camp.
west of here.
It's like a couple miles west, ain't it?
No.
From where I was in the woods, it was
Oh.
2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Cool.
under 2,000 feet from where you are. It's still fairly close.
Cool. Well, yeah,
Well, you know.
let's follow. I'll follow.
Okay. I'll lead the way on high alert since we're mountainous terrain, and I have deft explore.
So, are you
Favoriting
going?
mountain?
Are you going into the mountains or around them?
Well,
We want to
okay.
get to the camp,
Just
right?
getting back to the base.
Oh,
I
you're
didn't
going back
think
to
we
the
were
base. All right.
Trekking edge of the mountain. I just want to be on alert if possible, utilizing natural explorer mountain.
I thought we were gonna keep going. Are we going back?
It seems like you are going back. Yeah.
Did you want to continue going? Because I thought that's what everybody had.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
Oh, continuing
do
north,
have-
not to camp.
Yeah.
Because we're
So
only half a mile, so it's a pretty quick ride back. We can go explore more before the evening sets.
Okay. Can I cast Goodberry and hand Goodberries to people? Help heal up a little bit?
yeah, I mean, you guys could take a short rest if you want. It would take an hour, but you could, spend your hit dice for those who are wounded and get back your abilities.
Yeah.
Well, I was just doing Goodberry to add on to whatever else we had.
I just need the 1 hit point back. I only took 1 point of damage. And that was
Should
by
cover
myself.
that.
I literally burned
Good.
one spell and one emboldening bond that entire fight, so I'm pretty good to go.
Alright, so Alwyn uses a Goodberry spell, making 10 of those. Who are you giving those to?
Everybody in the party.
Alright, so you each get 1 Goodberry. That would be 6 of them, so you still have 4 more.
I give Clank another one.
Thank you.
Just on
Doesn't
premise he
Zuzu-
likes those.
I look over at the Drake. Doesn't Zuzu want one?
Alright, yeah. We'll give Zuzu one.
Alright, so 6, 7, 8. So you have 3 for yourself if you want to put those in your inventory.
Okay, 3 good berries to inventory.
And those will only last a day, but if anyone else needs some healing. So yeah, what else are you doing?
Sorry to interrupt. You said we were allowed to do a short rest?
No, I said you could. Do you want to? That's up to the group. So
if everyone's tired and needs to take a rest, we can. Although, we don't have to.
I think most of us are good. Elwin, you took some damage that fight, right?
Yeah, I'm down to 22 points right now.
We're not supposed to know that!
yeah, you would just say if you're wounded or not.
Okay,
You want some more
You
good
look-
berries?
You're looking a little fuckty.
I look a little rough, I'll say that.
I'll give you the other 3 good
Yeah,
berries.
if you're
back out of my
so
inventory.
for just for like cosmetic stuff, if you're above half but not at full, you look kind of tired. If you're half or below, you look wounded. If you're below a fourth, you look near death. If someone has medicine, then they can ask you. Then you would message them your hit points if they have medicine training, because they could know what you have.
Alright, my bad.
Not a big deal.
I wanna ask everyone what I'm gonna use my medicine checks on everyone. So if you guys
Everyone whisper her your hit point totals.
because I want to see who I should be healing.
This was for Ophelia.
Yeah.
Next to the great.
Elric says to
How many Alduin out of how many?
Oh yeah, you have to give him the current and the total.
Oops.
Else he wouldn't have the context.
My bad.
but yeah, Elric says to Ophelia, you can examine me anytime. And then I smile.
Oh jeez.
Of
Give
course.
me
I'll do
a
anything to
persuasion
make sure you stay
check.
healthy.
Give her a charisma check, baby.
Persuasion or charisma?
Persuasion.
I mean, I guess it's a PC, so it doesn't matter. She can feel however she wants about that comment.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna figure it out here. Right, hold on. 15 versus.
Well, you don't
Hey,
roll dueling persuasions. That's not how persuasion
even
works.
It's an insight. It's
So
an
I was
insight
literally
to-
gonna play it. However, like I rolled up or down is gonna depend on how I personally played it, just as like a out of character thing.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Oh yeah, of course. Anytime you need help with medicine, I have no problem helping you. You know, you look like you get hurt a lot."
Right overhead. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, insight might be a better one for that. To see if she realizes that she's being flirted with. But in any case, so you do some assessing of your group. And did you all say you wanted to keep going, or did you want to rest?
Alwyn's good to keep going.
Gale's real fucking good.
Okay. So you're heading to the east of here?
I think we're just going north.
Straight north into the mountains?
What's everyone think?
What about these hills right here? You stay along the hill line.
Going
I'll go
around.
in.
We're just getting real close to that tower.
You want to take it out?
Oh yes, but it's also getting dark soon. We should be able to hide under the cover of darkness.
If we
I'll
want
go
to wait
get
till
7
dark,
HP from Cure Wounds.
I mean, waiting till dark will probably give us a better chance at getting through there. So,
I can't see as dark. Eldwin, are you still looking pretty beat up?
I'm good.
Okay. Cool.
He doesn't need a moment to chew it over with Twix.
So yeah, which way are you going?
Do we wanna? I'm trying to do some research here with what I can do with mountainous.
Well, do we fight this? Do we try to sneak north? I'm afraid of how far we're getting away from that. From our camp.
I think we can go towards the camp and scout the mountains.
All right, so you're gonna try to go into the mountains. So to move through mountainous terrain, I would need survival checks for pathfinding to look for trails, basically.
Is that canny? Choose a skill proficiency doubled for an ability check using a chosen skill?
Can you link the power?
Yes.
And I believe our ranger
Deft
can give us some
Explorer.
help with that.
Or link the ability there. Canny, okay. So do you use this? So is this just in general, or do you use this like a once per day type thing?
Yeah. I don't know for sure actually with that. Deft Explorer is new to me with it being a replacement for Natural Explorer.
I
You
think
are
he
both.
chooses one or the other, and he gets that skill proficiency.
Yeah, and I guess that's an OOC DM question. Do you still get Natural Explorer? Do you get to pick when and
No,
when
you wouldn't.
change it?
You wouldn't know. So either you'd get Deft or Explorer or Natural Explorer. So you get one or the
Okay.
other.
And I already had made the choice prior for Deft Explorer, so regardless, I need to stick with that. But I thought with the canny benefit, if you were having me do a survival check or whatever as we're going through the mountains.
So when you pick canny, you choose a skill and you double the proficiency. It's kind of like expertise, I think. So
Okay.
is the skill you chose going to be survival? Because that doesn't change. That's always going to be the skill.
Yeah, I think that we'll go with that.
Alright, so yeah, you would have canny in survival, which gives you double your skill proficiency, which at this level is +2, so become +4. So go ahead and give me a survival check. And I think there's a way you can do that in the Roll20 sheet, where it'll give you +4 instead of +2. Okay, so you get an extra +2, so that would be 11. And is anyone helping with this?
I will.
Okay.
I got good. Natural 20 for 24.
All right, so working.
Outrangering
Appreciate
the
the
ranger.
assistance, Gale. I think this is the start of something beautiful.
I was the ranger before you got here, so.
Alright, so using your combined abilities, you start traveling into the mountains. Everyone give me athletics checks.
Well, fuck me.
Ba-boom! Gee, you're 7 foot, you doing it. Gale falls on his ass.
I have a 19 on my screen, but fuck you.
I do have ropes and pitons and all that.
0, yeah.
Yeah, I assumed you all had some climbing equipment. So
Yeah, I've got a hempen rope.
Alwyn's got the climbing equipment.
Fun fact about being up front. You don't have people to scout the cliffs for you.
Alright, so about an hour passes, and you trace, or you find a small path. It takes you some time, but yeah, you find a little path as you're walking through the peaks. Anyone who rolled below a 5 would gain a level of exhaustion from traveling.
That's not me.
That's alright.
Great.
So I think that is 3 of you. So Gale, Hammer, and Elric, you're extremely tired after an hour of travel through the mountains. But you did get this path mapped out, so it will mean you don't have to climb if you use it again. So you won't need athletics coming this way next time. If you use this path.
Where do I put my...
You should... So your sheet has a setting to show exhaustion. You want to make sure that's turned on, and then that'll be where you put it. Basically, 1 level of exhaustion gives you disadvantage to all of your ability checks.
I don't know how to do that.
I can do it for you. Hang on. So it isn't turned on by default, because I don't know why. But if you go to your cog tab... and actually, we should turn a bunch of this stuff on. Ammo tracking, exhaustion, hit dice tracking. Yeah, so if you go back to core now, there is an exhaustion area, and you put that at 1.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Actually, I should make sure it's on for Alwyn, too.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's not.
All right, thank you.
So ammo tracking on... Exhaustion on... Or hang on, I gotta continue doing it. Hit dice tracking and... Okay, should be on now. Okay, yeah, so it is now about 6:30. It's starting to get dark. Because it's fall, so it gets dark a little earlier. And you are a good ways up the mountain. What do you want to do? You can keep going, but you do have a bunch of people with exhaustion now, so you'd be climbing at disadvantage.
Yeah, and it's starting to get kind of late and dark.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to climb in the dark. That's very dangerous.
Yep.
Yes, I'm quite tired.
We go back to camp then at this point, using the path we just had?
Sure. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright.
Rest up, hit it hard in the morning?
Agreed.
So you travel back down, at which point you would see a patrol of orcs coming down the path here. I need stealth checks. And remember, those of you at exhaustion are at disadvantage.
I'm washed because of...
Oh yeah, because you're of your armor.
Oh my god.
Still very good at disadvantage. 19.
4.
Thank you, Ulrich.
Hear me complaining.
Shit, and 11 is not bad with heavy armor.
I hate this. I hate all of this. So what are your top 3 scores? 23,
24, and
17. Alright, so yeah, you're all still pretty well hidden. Luckily, you have the hills and fairly stealthy party as these orcs are moving past. Do you want to do anything or just let them pass?
Do you want to jump them?
I could use my thaumaturgy and distract them so we can get more advantage. Well, they're still a ways away.
Oh yeah, they're very far away, but you could try to rush them, intercept them.
2,000 feet.
That's a long rush. That's everybody
Yeah.
going into battle exhausted.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
let
wanna run
them
a mile
pass.
before. Yeah.
Alright, so if you don't do anything, they continue along their path, moving out of your sight. The group will then continue to their camp, getting back at about 7, because it was a lot easier coming down the mountain with the path you discovered. So yeah, what does the group want to do? Do you want to pass time and rest?
I'll take first watch, and when I'm relieved, then I'll trance. And that way I can still stay alert while everybody else rests.
Oh, we do still have the watch rotation. We should probably update that.
Yeah, we could
Because
an Elric into it instead of
Elias and Thal are gone.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, so I guess yeah, whoever wants to go whenever. If you look at the party Holy
I could
Trinity
do most
info
of the
sheet.
night if I only need 4 hours. I could do most of the night to make sure the group
Cool.
is rested as possible,
Yeah.
right?
Technically, both of the elves can
Well,
do that.
so each watch is about 2 1/3 hours. So I think you could do like, I'll say you could do like 2 watches, sure, because you're an elf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take back-to-back watches, first and second watch, and that way you guys can get a good initial rest here, get camp set up.
Then Gale will take the second
And then
watch.
Gale will take second watch while I trance and long rest.
Okay. So
So who's doing first?
Alwyn is taking first and second.
you might need to move the watch rotation because someone put the party formation right under it, so there's not much room. Either that, or we could move the party. Actually, we don't even need the party. I don't know who put this. We'll just delete that because it's not too important.
I see important campaign.
it was Matt.
Character.
I was having fun.
I'm not seeing it.
So Alwyn and who first? Brent, before we had me and Gale first watch Ophelia and Gale night watch, and then Eldwin in the morning watch.
If we have some downtime before I take my watch, because you said it's 7.
What do you mean? What's 7?
It's 7 o'clock.
Right now, yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't go to bed till like midnight, so you're just kind of hanging out for a few hours.
Then the 2 watches is, you said it's 2.5 hours each.
Wait, why is... I'm trying to delete these cells. Why is this not deleting? Ah, good enough. Yeah, so the watches are about 2 1/3 hours each, because you need 8 hours of rest.
4.
I guess I could just split it into 4 watches. I don't know what I'd call the third watch.
Well, I got Gale and Elric as evening watch, Ophelia and me night watch, which is probably a bad idea because we don't have dark vision. We're the only 2 without it. And then Eldwin and Eldwin and
Put
morning.
me wherever you want on that list, Matt.
Cool.
Yeah, and I can be flexible too. I just thought taking the first 2 would be most beneficial, trying to make headway with the party. The new party.
Yeah. And then Gale and Alwyn can literally just take the...
Here. There's 4 watches. I'll
2
just say they're 2 hours each. There's evening, early night, late night, and morning. That'll make it easier.
Take evening and early night, and Gale can take late night, early morning.
Yeah, so it's 8 hours for the rest, and each watch is 2 hours.
Okay.
7, so then 9, 10, 11, 12,
We're gonna get up at
5
3.
hours.
Yeah, everyone needs 8 hours of sleep, so I think as long as everyone,
4.
well, everyone who's not elf, yeah.
Yeah.
8
And,
hours?
Cool.
True.
Okay.
Well, I think we're set up.
All right. So evening
Yeah.
is going to pass unless someone in the group wants to do something. All right. So let me see if anything happens during the night.
That's not enough time.
Oh.
Damn.
All right. So it is late night.
You didn't blow on the dice,
Gale
that's what
and
happened.
Elduin, you are on watch. What are your perception checks or passive perceptions?
Elwin has a 13.
14.
Passive
All right.
perception.
So you're sitting there. I assume you don't have a campfire going. You're sitting there kind of keeping an eye out. The moonlight and starlight is shining down from above. When you hear a strange noise, far in the distance, it sounds like a flapping.
Investigation or perception?
It'd be perception. What do you want to do? It sounds like it's coming from the north, but you don't see anything. You just hear it.
I would like to cast invisibility and go investigate.
It's coming from high up in the sky. It sounds like something's flying in the distance.
Elwin just whispers to Alwyn, "What are you doing?"
So
Something flaps to the
Alwyn
north.
casts some sort of spell and you would see him vanish.
Elwin just mutters under his breath, "Fool."
And you said you're going to start heading north to see what's going on?
Not a long distance, but trying to locate the source of the sound while remaining quiet and stealthed.
All right, give me a stealth check, both of you.
Am I rolling stealth check?
Actually, no. I guess Alwyn is the only one that's stealthing.
Okay.
But a moment later, a very
I get
large...
advantage with being invisible.
No, invisibility just lets you stealth wherever you want, because usually you would need cover or concealment, and if you're invisible, then you don't have to worry about that, because no one can actually see you. They can just hear you. But as you're moving, a large shadow appears in the sky. Something enormous is flying overhead. You are invisible and fairly well hidden in the darkness. What do you want to do?
I'm going to let it go by.
What do you want to do, Elduin?
Elduin's just going to retreat back in the cave and just wait out for whatever this thing is in the air to pass by.
Alright, so whatever the shadow is lets out a screech as it flies overhead. You don't think it notices you as it continues south, sailing on the wind high above. And it kind of disappears over the mountains, kind of flying south by southeast there. You can't see it anymore. What do you want to do?
With my dark vision, I just try to look out for Alwyn to the best I can. I know he's invisible, just trying to be in character.
So you're keeping an eye out. With invisibility, well, with dark vision, you would have a disadvantage to seeing him, so it's unlikely you would notice where he is. But are you heading back to camp at this point, Alwyn?
Yes, Alwyn returns to camp, renders himself visible as he steps into the firelight.
Okay.
Elwyn just kind of talks to him like, "What was that for?"
I had to make sure we didn't have a threat.
Did you even see what it was?
Something rather large.
What's-
Bird of some sort.
What is your passive perception, Alwyn?
Passive perception is... That's your base plus your modifier?
It's
Or 10
10
plus mod?
Yeah, 10 plus your perception modifier.
14.
So you may have gotten an okay look at it, actually, even in the darkness. You would have disadvantage, so it would put you at 9, but this thing is really big. And you said you had nature, right?
Yes.
So... yeah, that's less helpful. It looks something like this, and you think you do recognize it, though you're kind of surprised one of them is this far south.
Oh. Can everybody see that or just me?
Everyone can see it. But you, technically, you were the only one who saw it.
Okay. Glad I checked it out. It looked like it was strangely enough, a wyvern, but I have no idea why a wyvern would be this far south. It didn't seem to notice us.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Would Elduin have any knowledge of what a wyvern is?
Do you have knowledge of nature, trained?
Yes, I do.
Give me a nature check. You know that they are some sort of winged dragon-like creatures. You don't know anything about them, though. You've just heard of them.
I've heard stories about these things from my old tribe.
Not something we want to mess with, man. I'm glad it flew by.
Yeah, you know that they are apex predators, pretty much always the top of the food chain wherever they are. Very dangerous to humans and anything else that it can hunt, because basically it hunts anything that it sees. And their tails have a particularly nasty venom that's worth a lot of money, but is also very deadly.
Should let the party
right
know
there.
when the... What's that?
I was just making a joke.
Oh. We should let the party know in the morning and exercise caution, keep our eyes peeled to the skies as we continue to move north. They shouldn't be this far south.
Yeah,
And you'll see Elduin kind of bow down in his 7'4" stature to Alwyn and mimic, yes. Exercise caution. You'll catch a quick
Understood.
You'll catch a quick glimpse of his fangs too.
Alright, well, the rest of the night would pass without issue. So go ahead and take a long rest, which will recover 1 hit die and all of your HP and resources, basically. Oh, and your one level of exhaustion will be taken off, so you all feel okay again in the morning. It is now the 8th of fall at 9 a.m. What do you all want to do?
Well, guys, we had a wyvern come in last night, flew by. As I was telling Eldwin last night, they shouldn't be this far south. They didn't see us, and continue to fly southeast. Just keep your eyes peeled to the sky, everybody.
Watch for any screeching.
Precisely.
Maybe we could have the wyvern attack Orcard's plan.
Oh,
That
it
could be
probably does. You would imagine if it's in the area, it's probably attacked them. It's probably killed... well, unless it just got here. But yeah, it's probably been attacking them if it's here.
Hunting camps, okay.
Wyvern in this area definitely spells bad news. We're gonna have to be even more cautious, Alwyn. I mean, this is a big change. We should probably only travel at night.
Wait,
Maybe
wasn't it
hunting at
flying
night.
at night,
Isn't that
Shock
what
said?
They were hunting?
Yeah.
What, can they see in the dark?
Shock looks at Alwyn. Can they?
Yes.
Oh, they would have to if they're hunting at night, he says.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have to.
Well, then we don't have really much of a choice, either night or day. We're
Daytime, we have a better chance of spotting them from a distance versus at night. We just need to keep eyes peeled, keep front and rear guard. And if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go north.
So
From
then
what-
I recant my statement. We should move
Well,
towards the.
go ahead.
No, that's all I was going to say.
So from what you know, from your check, Alwyn, they're not necessarily nocturnal creatures, and they don't often hunt at night. You wonder if the one you saw was just traveling, maybe, for whatever reason, or maybe it was disturbed and was chasing something. It's hard to say.
I'll relay that to the party. Shall we move out?
Let's go.
All right, where are you going?
North, right?
Back
Gonna go back
through
up the
that
path
path.
and keep forging? Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna use your path and continue trying to mountaineer.
Yep.
All right, so you get back to where you left off. If you want to continue going, first I need some survival checks to mountaineer, up to 2 of you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Athletic
Hey.
check.
And then I, need athletics checks from everyone.
So I am going to use my inspiration on this.
I'm using,
Okay.
I'm using Kenku Recall.
Natural 20 on the athletics this time. I got a natural 1 the first time and a natural 20 this time.
So
God,
yeah,
it's one or the other.
because you are using your ropes and pitons, once again the DC would be 5 to travel. Oh, whoops. That's not the right line.
Blood on the trail.
Exactly. No, it should have been a white line. Let's try that again. So the group is traveling north for another hour. I think 2 of you failed, right?
I think just Ophelia.
Or wait, just Ophelia. So
Just
Ophelia,
Ophelia.
you gain a level of exhaustion. You're tired from your travels, but the group is almost through the mountains. In fact, from up here, you can see quite a bit more. So your sight increases.
Show us the world, Lou. Reveal us. Ooh, damn.
And you would see there are several towers to the north, as well as some sort of, looks like cave far in the distance. You can't really see troop movements from this high up, but you do get a view of landmarks and aerial views. So that's what you see.
Interesting.
Looked like there was a large cave in the mountain areas to the north of you, down below.
I want to head straight to the cave or push along the mountains here, or the hills.
You're still
I
in the
have a
mountains, so you'd have to find a way to get to the other side.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that cave is a point of interest, and rushing into it may be a bad idea.
Correct.
What if we start taking out these towers so it makes travel easier?
You'll see Eldon point out to the towers and say, like, I agree with Clank.
Then what was the
Is there a way
point?
we can take them alive?
Yeah.
What
Let's
was
leave.
the point of going through the mountains then? Elric says.
We're already past the first set of towers. I agree with Owen.
We should
Right.
probably just keep investigating and see what's going on.
You also know they would probably notice if you destroyed their towers.
Yeah.
So it would kind of give away at least that there's something going on. So far, the group has remained incognito.
We have an
We stay
element
down
of
on this
surprise.
side of the mountain during the morning. We will have the shadow of the mountain as the sun comes up from the east. We can stay in the shadow of the mountain as we drop down through the valley here.
What time is it right now?
Good question. It is about 10 a.m. It was about 2 hours. It's been about 2 hours since you woke up and traveled into the mountains.
Shall we keep our camp where it's at, or do we want to keep moving it?
We gotta keep moving it.
Gotta
Otherwise,
keep moving
we
it. There's no point back traveling.
Let's get going then.
Drop down to the bottom of the mountains here, come out through this valley, and we can set up at the base of the valley here and start planning and scouting further north and see what we have for options.
All right, so you're gonna do some more pathfinding, head down into the valley here.
Yes.
Give me first again 2 survival checks to pathfind. So far you've been doing pretty good. Okay. And give me athletic checks to climb. Oof.
I'm going to use my other Kenku recall.
Oh, that's.
Oh my god.
Wah wah. All right. So I think only Alwyn and Hammer Clank have failed this time. So you guys get a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Or were any of you at disadvantage for that?
Ophelia.
I was.
Ophelia, but you're still above 5, so you're okay. So you do some more traveling, and you do in fact find a way down, kind of into this area. And there are some places here that might make for a good camp.
Good.
So
do you need a check of any kind to pick the best one out of the options we have available?
Well, if you want to go look for a good campsite, it would probably take you an hour to scan the area and figure out a spot. If you want to do that now, we can. That would be a survival check. Again, up to 2 of you could work on that.
Do it.
You are
I'll
at
help with
disadvantage right now, though. Remember that.
Yeah, is there anybody else other than me that wants to go before I head out exhausted?
Gale will help.
Eldon will help too.
Eldwin and Gale are going to go do the scouting around.
Okay. Survival, yeah, 13 and...
Natural 20.
Okay, yeah, so Gale finds a pretty good spot that's in the valley, sort of hidden by a cave. So you could definitely use the cave to stay out of view. And while you're doing this, you would notice that there are groups moving through this area. You see a couple of orc groups patrol through. You think that the patrols might be more dense in this area. You would also see a company of hobgoblins patrolling. Luckily, you guys are kind of in the mountains, so they don't really see you from where you are, whereas they are kind of out in the open. But yeah, it does seem like the patrols in this area are more frequent than in the outer area.
Those hobgoblins have to go.
In time.
Cannot stand hobgoblins.
Sneaking forward, or are we hanging out here?
Will a short rest heal exhaustion?
No,
No.
that has to... Yeah, you would need a day of rest for that.
Okay.
Climbing through the mountains is taxing, but we are actually at 8:35, so this might be a good place to stop. As you just have to, well, you just have to remember that you found a good campsite.
Okay.
Put it in check.
Because Shock is still back at your other camp.
Oh shit!
Oh no, I know we forgot something.
Yeah, he is. I assumed he was staying behind to keep an eye on things.
Oh shit!
Because there's no. I mean, I assumed he wasn't
early
gonna
in the morning,
trek everywhere with you.
early in the day, so I bet we could backtrack a little bit.
But give me MVP votes, and then we'll call it here.
Oh, we found good camp. 10-10. What's camp again?
10 out of 10 camping. So send me a whisper of who you think is the MVP of the session. Whatever, and it can't be yourself. The MVP can be for whatever reason you want. Funny, good in combat.
Is that W dash?
Dash W.
Dash
Please
W,
don't,
yeah.
please don't vote for me, guys. I've won too many times. I think it's only fair.
Don't worry,
somebody else
you're not
does.
getting any more fucking
Hey,
votes
stop.
from me, you fucking
Stop,
damn idiot.
stop trying to sway the vote.
Hey,
/W space GM space who you're voting for.
/W space GM.
Space,
Every fucking Tuesday you pull this shit.
who does?
Tuesday.
Yeah, this is my first Tuesday.
Yeah, what do you
Piss
mean? You
off.
just got here.
No, I'm talking to that fucking Galwari guy.
Oh.
Hey, what do you mean?
I got 4 votes, so I think I need 2 more.
What are you talking about? Didn't do nothing.
It's
You
pretty.
sound like a fucking cartoon guy.
It's pretty split vote here. Oh wait. Elduin and Alwyn is you were tied for MVP, so I need a D20 roll.
all right. Oh God.
Are you
All right.
fucking kidding?
So Elduin,
This-
you are MVP.
Elduin got it.
Congrats.
This
Congrats.
one session had the most natural 20s out of all the sessions. I am sure of it.
I don't know. I rolled horribly. For
That's what you get for telling people not to vote for you.
Look at
They spite vote you.
I'm fucking never voting for this guy again. Unless he fucking dies a second time.
But yeah, good game, everyone. We'll pick it up
good
next
game.
time.
Good game.
Good RP. You know, we had some combat. There was decent tactics as well. I'm glad to be part of y'all's group. I think it's a fun group, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
Yeah.
in the last little bit that I can see, I personally rolled 4 natural 20s.
Oh wow.
Well, you just burned them all out.
I know. I'm
Next
fucked for
week,
next
We
session.
ain't got none.
Hacks.
But all right, guys, I gotta head to work. Y'all have
Yeah.
a good game.
Take care.
Yeah. Have a
Yep,
good
good
one.
game.
Yeah.
That was very fun.
That was
Yeah.
a blast, man, for my first actual game that wasn't a shit show. That was fantastic. I appreciate everyone
Have
here.
you had a lot of shit show games?
Oh yeah. It's been 4 years trying to get into a game. I had 3 of them now fall apart before the first session, and one where a substitute or dual DM, second DM got in a fight with one of the players and we threw a table. So that was cool. That was my second real life experience.
Through a table. Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
Gypsy,
Interesting.
Gypsy wants to
Yeah.
say hi.
No, my games are. There's not too much drama usually.
No, it was fantastic. I'm in hook, line, and sinker.
I mean, I guess there is drama sometimes.
Gypsy says hello,
Eldwin.
everybody.
Where's Eldwin? Oh, he left.
I'm right here. No, I'm
He's
still here.
still
What's
here.
up?
Oh, not Eldwin. Elric. God, I'm gonna keep mixing you guys up. Not really. Well, anyway, it's fine. Nothing too bad. Not usually too drama filled here. We're all consenting adults and whatnot.
Yep.
Yep.
Consenting adults and puppy dogs.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can play around with combat? Or I wanted to see if I can screenshot the markings that I need to be putting on characters. And for some reason, I couldn't change my token on Ray, on the Dragonling, or the Dragon Summon. And I don't know if I missed something on that. I figured it would go the same way that it did for my regular character, but I was having some issues with that.